We out of left field, it's time to get real with all the juicy hot topics that bring appeal. Like who's a Hall of Famer and who's the best team. Number one up on the power ranking, that's a prestige. Man, the outfield is mine, I'm calling left center. My name is Daniac, a name that you should all remember. Yoni, who you bringing on? Who's the guest spot? They better be bringing their A game. Come on, let's talk.
All right, guys. Episode number 12 underway. We're getting ready to listen. Playoffs have started. Things are crazy. But before we get into the playoffs, we have a lot of things to get through, and then we're going to get to the playoffs and go in depth with that. Right now, we have a backup mystery guest, as our original mystery guest did not show. So we had to literally last minute change things up, and now we have a new mystery guest. So I'm going to read you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read the mystery guest poem for the mystery guest that's now, and then I'm going to read the original mystery guest, and you guys will be able to figure out who the no-show was. Okay, so here we go. Do you guys want to do rock paper scissors? By the way,
I always win, so okay.
That's true.
All right, let's do it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, I lost. There you go.
Let's go.
Shiv win a rock paper scissors.
Yeah, I was thinking about it all day. Also,
You know why, Shiv? It's playoffs. It's playoff time.
Yeah, Mitch is focused on other things. He doesn't have time to get in my head about rock, paper, scissors. He's got other things on his mind.
Do a completely new rock, paper, scissors to reveal the no-show.
Okay.
So here we go. In this league, this person's team is in quite the slump, but at least Shiv thinks he's a decent ump. Him being on the podcast was this person's fantasy. He watches every week with his entire family. There is athleticism in his blood. His son will actually be quite the stud. I don't think he's ready to hang his cleats on the shelf. So tell me, who's my mystery guest for episode 12?
Shiv's gonna guess it's obvious, but
yeah.
It's funny when you said to me yesterday you should the calling guest be. I was actually thinking of this guy, so I didn't say it. So we got the same train of thought.
So this was my call-in guest turned into my mystery guest because the mystery guest didn't show up. Shiv, who's the mystery guest?
Maybe the L is because he's on Logan's account, but the mystery guest is Mitch White.
Final answer.
Yeah, there he is.
Mitch White, how are you? Thank you,
boys.
Oh,
Buddy.
we have someone in the car.
I don't know why
that
the L is there,
experience.
Shiv. No, I'm actually at the pickleball courts. So, and I did Yoni a favor by ending the game early to get onto the call. So I'm a loser for missing out on my pickleball, but you guys are lucky to have me.
we could have spared you an injury because there are a lot of foot injuries happening from pickleball these days.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So thank you for filling in, Mitch, last minute. That's huge. Listen, the mystery guesting has really been fun and really been working, and it would suck for us to go a week without one. So I really appreciate you stepping in. I'm going to read the original mystery guest poem, which is also not as easy as this one, because this one literally was written in 30 seconds, because it's 2:51 now, and at 2:43 I said, okay, fine. I wrote it in 2 minutes. I didn't have much time to think about it, so I made it. This one's pretty easy too. I think you'll get it right away. I'm just gonna read it, and you guys will let me know what you think and who this mystery guest that didn't show up was. So Mitch, Shiv, do your thing one more time.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh wow! See, my mind's somewhere else.
Yeah, Mitch has got other focuses. This is good. This is good for me.
Yeah.
Shiv, when you
I'm off Tuesday, so I don't have to think.
You've got momentum now and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's pretty easy. I hope you get it, and hopefully the person will be able to come on a different time. Okay. This player doesn't stop. He has tons of stamina. Moves so quick you can't even catch him on camera. 3 different teams in 11 seasons. Take so many extra bases you could charge him with treason. For a small guy, he's got a pretty badass power level. His competitiveness doesn't die. He's still got all of his flower petals. No time soon will he be hanging his cleats up on the shelf. So tell me, who's my mystery guest? Who is supposed to be my mystery guest for episode number 12?
I mean, I think Cam. The
What-
flower petals, the rose, I don't know, and the extra bases, power. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cam.
What about move so quick you can't catch him on camera, spelled with a K?
Yeah.
All
If I
right,
could have read
that's
it, that would have been a tip. But yes, Cam it is.
no show. Surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
surprising. Something must have come up.
he did message me about at 10 o'clock asking if I could do the podcast tomorrow on Shabbat. I told him I don't do electronics on Shabbat. Literally 30 seconds later, and I didn't get any answers, any messages since then. So I'm assuming he got really busy all of a sudden, and he just couldn't make it. We'll give him a pass on this one. Mitch, welcome to the podcast. The second white on
Thanks,
the
Johnny.
podcast.
It's we've been watching every week. Yeah, we've been watching every week, even while I was in Europe. And I got to tell you, like you said, you might have been surprised that it's gone this long, but it's really the three of you. I know you get all the kudos, Yoni, but the two boys there alongside you, you really guys make a great triple tandem. So it's been fun to watch.
Well, there's
Thank
a
you.
reason these guys come back
Appreciate
every
you.
week, and it's not just because they're pretty faces. They come back. They know what they're
So
doing.
what's up?
They've got the best insight out there, and it's great. And your audio and video is
Let's talk some
is
playoffs.
about 3 times better than Jared Fogel's. Than Jared not Fogel, Jared Blumenthal.
Fogel. Wow. Wow.
Jared Fogel's
Fogel.
in jail right now.
I mean,
He
I've
probably
been
has
called
worse-
Jared before. He's been called me. Never Jared Fogel.
Jared Fogel's the guy from Subway,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? He's probably in prison right now, dying for internet.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's it. Before we get into the playoffs, I just want to
Let's talk playoffs.
Sorry,
Oh, we lost him.
at least we had a mystery guest for a little bit of time. At least
There
we
you
had a
go.
mystery guest for a little bit of
There you
time.
go.
It was good.
Well,
while it
Connection
lasted.
not going great. Oh, he's back.
So he's back. All right, Mitch. Better internet now. So the All-Star game that we had, the event happened to be so much fun from A to Z. I'm going to give out those thank yous again from the beginning. Thank you to Hirsch. Thank you to John Gal. Thank you to Shiv. And of course, thank you to Bruce, everybody, and Camille. Also, Camille, thank you to you for all that you guys did to make this event possible. You know, it was great right from the start. We started out with the fastest man competition, and then we went from competition to competition, and everyone took it seriously, and everyone had fun. High fives all around. You know, it was like everyone was. It was together like a family, you know, like a little pre-playoff. You know, we're about to hate each other for the next couple of weeks. Let's show some love. Let's go have fun together. Let's start before we go to the All-Star game. Let's start a bit with the skills competition. We had the fastest man competition, and the winner of the fastest man competition was Mitch Fogel.
Jordan Benzer.
Jordan Benzer with a time of 12.20 takes the fastest man competition. And if you guys just wait whenever you're ready, Jordan.
Hey, let's go, Jordan! Let's go!
Short and fast steps.
Bring the rain! Let's go! Bring the rain! Let's go, Nate!
Second, take a look at this video right here of Jordan Benzer running the bases and setting his championship time. Whenever you're ready, Jordan.
Hey, let's go, Jordan! Let's go!
Short and fast steps.
Bring the rain! Let's go! Bring the rain! Let's go, Nate!
Now that video was awesome. He's fast. He rounds the bases really well. He takes a lot of quick steps, small, quick steps, and cuts those bases nicely and was able to win by a few tenths of a second over, I believe the second place was Bram.
It was Bram. Yeah.
Surprising there, no? I didn't think Bram was going to.
I think Bram's faster than people give him credit for. So not that surprising.
I know he's
after
fast.
he beat Shane in a race before the All-Star festivities, my line on Bram changed for that event. So
Where did
one-on-one race won. I have it on video.
Where did
I think Shane was fourth behind
was fourth?
Jared. Like Jared was third and Shane was
Yes.
fourth, I believe.
I can check. I send the picture in the thing. I'll check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jordan, Bram, Jared, and then Shane. No, then Salas, then Shane.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. The problem with Shane is not that he's not fast. I think it's his rounding of the bases. He doesn't take the proper angles. Like you have to go out a little bit around first to get that proper angle to cut straight to second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he saw it and he knew he saw what he could change.
I
That's what
also
he said.
think he had a little bit of a slip up around first.
It's all for fun. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Go, Shay.
Oh, sorry.
A little trip up is gonna hurt him.
And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Listen, we didn't get to see Cam run out there, so there's always going to be that question of what if, you know, if Cam was in there, would he have beat Benser? What do you think, Mitch? Do you think he would have beat Benser?
If Cam healthy,
I honestly think even with
oh, sorry, that Mitch, my bad.
No, it's
Sorry.
okay. That Mitch is frozen, so you can go to
you know what?
The two Mitches, I got confused. Let's call him Whitey. Mitch
Okay,
and
Whitey.
Whitey today.
You got it.
Sorry, go ahead, Whitey.
I think actually, even though with the age difference, I still think Cam takes it. I'd love to be able to test him out even before a playoff game, see what he does. But it's got to be very, very close.
Yeah, Cam's very fast runner. He cuts the bases really well. Also, it would have been really fun to see, but I guess we're gonna have to wait till annual number 2, second annual, to hopefully get a glimpse. Hopefully, he can stay healthy enough to be able to run in that race. I'm assuming that the All-Star game next year will be a lot earlier, hopefully in the middle of the season, like just to cut the season up like that. It's not right before playoffs. People aren't afraid of not playing or getting injured. We'll do it a little earlier. The only reason it was later this year is because it was we decided mid-season, like we got to do this, and it takes a few weeks to organize and get things ready. So, yeah, so next year will be in the middle of the year, and hopefully we'll get to see that. Next up,
Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, we're sorry you missed it too. I got a message from Logan in the morning saying you weren't there, but Logan's like, me and my uncle won't be able to do any of the competitions. I'm like, well, you guys are coming anyway. He's like, nah, we're up north. They were in the country house, so they missed it. But we did have a good showing. You know, like a lot of people, whether they're in competitions or not in competitions, they showed up. So that's awesome. You know, like it was really, I was really happy with the turnout. I thought it just went fantastic. Next thing we have was the accuracy pitch, and the winner was Shiv. Who was the winner?
Caddy.
Good old Caddy
with a great finish.
Great finish.
Clutch finish.
If you guys want to take a look at this finish, here's a video of his actual last 2 pitches, banging those targets for the win and celebration. Just take a look at this video here.
313, same as you. 313.
If I get one of the next 2.
Well, the next 2 you win.
I win.
That's game! Woo-hoo-hoo! The champion.
Thanks.
Good job.
Before he threw it, I
Good
win.
job.
He said I win before I threw it.
Good edit.
Yeah, listen, he was on fire. He hit his first couple, missed a couple in the middle, but then the last 2 he hit it, and he's like, it's over. Like he like Vince Cartered it, you know. He's like, that's it. Nobody's taking this from me. It was between him and John Gal. I thought Portnoy pitched really well in that contest. Every single one of his pitches looked like it was hitting the target and then just missed the target. So either the thing was too far, like maybe I should have moved it up a little bit. It was behind the plate. Maybe it should have been on the plate. But his pitches were just barely missing. I thought he was pretty accurate as well.
They all looked a little high to me, Yoni.
They all looked a little high to you, right over. There were some that went in between. They always look a little high to you. Hey, Shiv.
There you go.
Unless I'm batting, though. If I'm batting, they don't look high.
Now you're
if I'm batting, they look perfect.
Can we show that video at some point here? Because I think there was a nice redemption there for me. Anyway,
would you like the redemption? I could put that redemption in. You want that redemption?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so we're gonna add that redemption right here. Watch this video of what we thought was a strike 3 call on Rich Rabinovich. And if you watch it in slow motion, you will see that it was a touch high. Yes, Shiv got the call right, but that doesn't mean you're always right.
It does not, and I won't say that I am.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Oh.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's it.
Great. So, but we'll give you credit for that one. I agree with you. It was, when you slow it down, the ball was around chin level when it was crossing the plate. Although the catcher is really far back, so when he catches it, it looks like it's perfect.
For sure. Yeah.
What I
It makes
mean?
it a little tough when some of the catchers that either, stand up or crouch 20 feet back from the plate. Tough on your eye as an umpire sometimes to pick that up, but we do what we can.
As an umpire, 3 of you are umpires here. I'm going to give mine, but all-time exec, who is the hardest catcher to ump behind? I'll let you each give one person. Okay, I'll start with Bobby Crestall. Because he stands up.
Old school.
Yeah, he stands up and bends, almost impossible to see the pitch. Never mind get out of the way of balls that are about to hit you. What about you, Whitey?
Tough.
I'm gonna go with Cavari.
Cavari. Okay.
Cavari crouches. It's just I find he's far back, so sometimes that can make it a little hard to. Sometimes the low ones you lose your eye because it's almost bouncing twice before it reaches the catcher, but in reality across at the knees, so that could be a little tough.
I would say Heath is probably the best to catch behind. He
Heath
crouches
is
down.
phenomenal to catch.
Bruce is
down.
Bruce is good.
You can see
Yaron and
Bruce,
Berryhill are tough.
Yaron
they
is tough
stand.
also because Yaron does the bend. He doesn't bend the knee.
Yaron
Yeah.
and Berryhill tough.
Torso.
Yeah.
The
Everyone
only
else
thing
I
I'll give
really
Yaron
sure.
is like at least he kind of stands off to the side, right? So like let's say he'll put his glove here, but he'll move his body one way. So like if I'm willing to stay straight on the plate and risk taking a foul ball straight back in my face, I can usually get some kind of a view with Yaron. So, but yeah, I would agree with all these guys. They're all different. They're all different.
Okay.
We do what we can.
After the accuracy pitch, sorry, someone have something to say? No, after the,
I find it hard to be behind Cavari.
Oh, we lost him.
and that's it. So we've established he finds it hard to be behind Cavari. To be continued.
He'll be back. Yeah, to be continued.
And so there were a few other competitions. We had we were gonna have fastest pitch, but unfortunately our pitchers can't pitch fast enough for the gun to read the speeds of the pitch. So we just went on to the fastest throw. Now, if here's a little video of Mally with his second place scoring right here. You're gonna see where he pitches his highest 76. Just watch it for a second. Don't move the gun, keep it straight.
76.
What a throw. What a throw.
Yeah, so it was a good throw, but if you look carefully, he takes 7 steps before throwing the ball, and he was a good 5 feet in front of second. While most of the rest of us were throwing the ball from behind second base, which is a big difference. Like the gun, it's a lot slower when you're throwing from behind second base than when you're throwing from in front of second base. No?
I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's accurate at all in terms of how close. I don't think that changes the speed. The 7 steps certainly would give you an advantage, but if I'm throwing from 40 feet or 60 feet, it doesn't change the speed of the pitch. It just changes the reaction.
Why? Where does the gun radar the ball? Does it radar the ball close to the mitt?
As it's moving, yeah, no, it's picking it up. It's picking it up in the air
because the ball loses speed by distance, right? The further you pitch, it loses its speed as it makes.
Yeah, and I think we're talking about 40 feet versus 50 feet here. I'm not sure. Look, Mally's got a hose of an arm, right? So we all know that. I wasn't surprised to see him be the runner-up in this contest for sure.
Yeah. Well,
but yes, I didn't notice the steps. Maybe something to think about. How many steps can you take before throwing?
Yeah. So what we do is, so we lost the mystery guest for the day. I think he was having some difficulties, but yeah, that's that. So we lost our 2 mystery guests now, and it's just the 3 of us for now. I'm getting all these messages. I'm getting all these messages from people. I actually just got a message from Brad Buckman asking, "Are you giving Shiv and his team a shakedown for the last game?" I'm trying to think what that means. What does that mean?
I know exactly what that means. I mean, we can get into to Walkgate if you want, Yoni. I don't know what your next topic was, but we can certainly cover that.
We're gonna cover that. Keep that on the back burner. We're gonna cover Walkgate very, very soon. I just want to finish off with this All-Star game stuff. So after the accuracy pitch, we had the fastest throw, and the winner was Brad Buckman.
Brad Buckman.
Brad Buckman, I think he hit a 77. Was that his high?
Think so.
77. Yeah.
77 was his high, and he just beat Malinov by one, I guess 1 mile per hour. Is that what it is? It's going 1 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So congratulations to Buckman on that. And then the home run derby, which everyone thought was going to be a blowout. Everyone thought this home run derby was going to be, you know, like it's one person that's going to win and everyone else is fighting for second. Didn't seem to be the case. Like, yes, the person that everyone thought was going to win won. He was down to his last out and he hit a couple over. The winner of the derby only had 4 home runs. Is that surprising to you, Shiv?
I think only for Brad, right? Like I thought Brad, if he had caught the rhythm he caught at the end, or I think he hit 2 or 3 out in a row earlier, I think he could have gone on a run to double digits. But for everybody else, that's probably what I would have expected. Easier said than done, right? Like, yeah, we can all hit the ball 220 feet, but you also notice a lot of guys changing their swings and they're trying to hit everything up in the air, and it's just you take some bad swings.
Didn't Cam say at 230 it's never going to end for him?
He may have. I don't know.
You don't know? I think somebody said that. Were you around when he said that, Mitch? No, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Buckman won that derby, and he won 4-3. I think second place was actually Bram.
Eric Hassan.
Oh, Eric Hassan.
No, Eric Hassan.
Bram had 2. Bram 2, Jared 1, Yoni 1, Shiv 1.
I didn't participate.
Oh, you didn't participate. Kate's none. And
I think there were a few guys that had 0.
Yaron put him, like, asked if he could be in. We put him in, and he didn't hit any. So it's not as easy as it looks easy. When you get there, it looks like it's easy, but it's not as easy as it looks.
It's stressful. Everyone's staring at you as you're hitting, right? It's not the same as in the middle of a game and things are on. Everyone's just watching you trying to hit a home run. There's more stress.
Let's talk a little bit about the game. Shiv versus Hirsch.
Good game.
It was a great game.
Tied at the end of regulation, if you will. We went on to an extra inning, and I think we scored 2 in the top half. In a suspect managerial decision, I was pitching at that point for my team. And I walked the first 2 guys of the first extra inning, and then hung my breaking ball to Eric Hassan, and he hit it 300 feet into left field for the walk-off. So
for the walk-off home run. Now, we never announced the winner of the MVP for the All-Star game, so we're going to do that right now. I think everyone had the same idea. When you hit 3 home runs in a game and you win, you're going to be the MVP. Do you guys agree?
Totally.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, I think, Diego would have been a good choice too. He hit a game-tying 3-run shot in the bottom of the last inning with 2 outs. I went on to strike out Shane next, so we would have won the game had he not hit that out of the park.
You know what? Nobody saw that coming. Diego crushed a ball,
and he hammered
the game
that.
in the most clutch,
no doubter,
most clutch time.
I told him that's why I picked him. I was a tiebreak there, right? Da or I think it was Craig. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. I had Hirsch running through walls for me. I hit a home run. I think he ran right through the fence.
Yeah,
he did. He did. Yeah.
So that's good. So it was a really fun game, and I think keeping the fences up for the game was the move. I think it's the right move.
What did we get to? About 17 home runs in the game, probably, if I had to guess.
I don't think it was that many. What was the final score?
Well, I think Brad had 3. You had 2 or 3 on our team. Harry had 1. I had 1.
Bram had 3.
I think we had 7 or 8 on our team.
Bram had 3. Diego had 1.
Diego, Cam had at least 2. Yeah, I think it was. He definitely had 2.
Think so?
He hit 1 in the first inning, and then he hit like an absolute tank of a shot later in the game. That both of Cam's were home runs with or without a fence. But
I thought it was fun.
I think Buckman hit 4. I think Brad hit 4.
let's not forget the hot dog eating contest. Zach really, I guess, didn't put the hot dog where his mouth is. Like he talked a big game. And the thing about Zach is I think he pre-ate before the hot dog eating contest. He had a couple hot dogs, which is not the move. But Joel did it with ease. Joel, well, everyone else, I think 8 was the most. Joel was at 13. He could have stopped at 9. He was at 13. And then what does he do after number 13? He goes and has a hamburger for good measure. So
Joel on another level. You're on mute, Yoni, for a second.
Yeah, I know. I'm good.
You're back. Yeah.
For good measure. I have a little kid here next to me. This is why I usually do podcasts from home. Hold on one second.
I don't know if he's talking to us or the children now, but he is.
Sorry about that. Sorry. That time I was talking to you. Yeah, it's hard to do podcasts when your kids are at home and you're not doing this at work. So, but we're doing the best that we can. Sorry about the distraction. I just wanted to say that All-Star game was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Yes, Hirsch did win. Did you get him his sandwich?
Not yet. We're double or nothing on the round 1 playoff series.
Are you? Did he agree to that?
He proposed it.
Did he propose it?
Good segue. Good playoff segue.
I like the confidence. Exactly. That is a great playoff segue. We've played one game each. One team has a second game underway, and that's about it. So let's talk about the first games of the series. We had first game was Bears against Coates and Luke Bagel, and we're going to get into walk 8 right here as Brad Buckman did not see one pitch the entire game. In fact, he just coached first, and when it was his at bat, just stepped on the bag. Let's talk a bit about that.
Correct. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I like Brad a lot as a guy. Obviously, I think he's a phenomenal player, but just really wasn't much else of a choice. I think in the regular season we went out of our way to pitch to this guy. I think he had 7 home runs against me in the 2 games he played against me, and I think I was pretty clear coming into this that unless the situation was games out of hand, one team is up by 10 runs plus, we just weren't going to pitch to him. We weren't going to lose to one guy. That's sort of how we felt in the 2 games we lost to them in the regular season, that he really kind of beat us by himself. Walked him twice with the bases loaded, and both times I was rewarded for my decision. The next 2 batter, in one time there were 2 outs, the next batter got out, the next time there was 1 out, and both of the 2 next batters got out. So look, when a guy bats 800 and 80% of his hits are doubles or more, doubles, triples, or home runs, you just got to play with the percentages. Mitch can do the math for me, but 65% of this time, this guy's hitting a double or more. The walk just seems like the right decision. So it sucks. I don't want the guy to not play in the league, obviously. But I just think with that particular lineup, and it's not a knock on any of the hitters, it's just there's not really anybody there with that power bat to protect him, and that's it.
In fact, you even walked him with bases loaded.
Twice
with bases loaded to give up runs.
Yeah.
There's some good RBI.
At one point we were down 1 run in the 6th inning with the bases loaded and Brad coming up, and we walked him to go down 2. And then the next inning we scored 7 to go up 5. So you got to wonder, if I pitch to him there and he hits a grand slam, what's the outcome of this game? So it sucks. Like I said, I don't want the guy to not play, but I at the same time, if you ask me if I had to do this over again, I would do the same thing.
The turning point of that game, in my opinion, was a managerial mistake by Bus. Seth having probably the game of his season, pitching incredibly well. 6th inning, I believe. It was the 6th inning, 7th inning, 6th inning.
The 6th inning, they took him out and they pitched Wayne for an inning.
They were up
7-2,
7-3. It was 7-3, and Wayne had to make a decision. Do I bench Buckman or a second time, or do I bench Yoni a second time, or do I bench Seth and I pitch like Wayne pitches and he'll sit 1 inning? And that turned out to be disastrous because he gave up 3 runs, Wayne. Wayne gave up 3 runs in that inning, made it a 7-6 game. not only did he give up the runs, but Seth sat on the bench and got cold, right? He was playing, he was in the zone. When you're in the zone, you can't get taken out of the zone. When you get taken out of the zone, it's over. Like, he came back into the game, he gave up another 3 runs, Seth, and he didn't even give up 3 runs in 6 innings. So he just lost his momentum completely, and I think that was taken from him.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it either, to be honest. Sorry, go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, you don't sit. I mean, I wasn't at the game, but like, you don't sit the pitcher. Like, unless the pitcher's really not going well, you don't sit the pitcher. I think in the other game, where I was, the Flint game, just in relation to the pitcher, I don't think they had the plans that Primo was going to pitch 8 innings, but he pitched incredible. So they kept him in. So they adjusted. So I think you got to adjust or stay the course based on the game. You can't just sort of look at a chart and follow it.
Yeah, for the record, I think Seth pitched a great game up until that one.
He did.
Until that one inning.
One bad inning.
I think he had you even shift popping up your first 2 at bats or something like that. One of them I think blooped in there. I might have been able to get to it if I wasn't
unnecessary commentary about the game, but okay, yeah, one of them blooped in there, sure. I like to say it's a line drive single on the stat sheet.
On the stat sheet, it's the best single you've ever hit. Yeah, for sure. But he pitched well. When I say that's a compliment to you, when I say even he got to pop up,
he pitched great.
I'm trying to say that pitchers don't usually get you to pop up. Shiv, you're not a pop up.
He pitched great.
He pitched really well, and he had one bad
inning.
And that was an inning where he was frozen. You know, like they froze him.
I also don't really understand the sit thing. Like, you have 4 guys that are sitting once anyway. Like, I'm not sure who the other 4 guys were that were sitting once, where Buckman would have needed to sit twice. Like, I don't know. I'll have to ask Wayne next time I see him. But it just seemed like a bit of a miss.
Myself and Buckman, one of the 3 had to sit, and I offered. I said, I don't mind sitting. I'm just subbing. I don't mind sitting. I'm not playing at 100% anyway. I don't mind sitting, but anyway. The move was made. It is what it is. Let's move on to the next game. Shiv, were you at the the original bus game, the bus Mario Feast, where bus destroyed Mario Feast?
JBC Mario Feast.
Sorry, not bus. My bad. JBC.
No, I was umping the PSB game.
That's right. You were umping the PSB game.
No, we're all the same game.
Yeah. So apparently the bus, not the bus, JBC completely destroyed them. Mario Feast had nothing. It was a one-sided game, which is very weird. We're going to talk about the beginning of the second game in just a minute, and it was quite the opposite. So we'll get to that. Let's talk about PSB and the Truckers. Shiv, from your standpoint, what did you see in that game?
I mean, basically saw what I expected. I think from the beginning, everyone thought this would be the best series. 2 really good teams, kind of an unfortunate first round matchup. I think 2 teams that both could have very easily been first place. If you look at, the teams in the league this year, and I think the game was really back and forth till maybe the 8th inning. They had a couple of mishaps too. Like, I think, you guys kind of gave them a couple of gifts, and they took advantage every time. So, but you stayed in the game, to your credit, and I think you ended up losing by 2. I think this is going to be a really good series. I think all the games are going to be close, and it's basically a coin toss who's going to win it. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. It was a close game. I mean, it was back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth.
They were up. It ended up being a 2-point
tied
game.
Going into the 5th, right? Like, it was a good game. It was moving well. And, yeah,
could have gone either way. Let's just clarify a rule of something that happened yesterday, Shiv, so that the people at home know. Man on first and second. Mm-hmm. Camille hits a home run. Well, crushes the ball. I mean, we probably should have been playing a little bit deeper over there, but he hits the ball hard, runs around the bases, but he literally tailgates his own player in Frankel. What's his first name? Jesse Frankel.
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse Frankel tailgates him. So I feel he kind of like forced Frankel to kind of miss the bag because he was running right behind him saying, go, 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 when he had plenty of time anyway. So Frankel missed third base.
I think second also, but
scored. I also think he missed second. When we asked for an appeal, the umpire asked us, which base would you like to appeal? And then we said, okay, let's start with second. And he goes, he's safe. Logan White said he didn't see it. but Mitch White said he was safe. So then we said, okay, let's can we appeal third base? He goes, you're appealing third base? He said yes. He goes, okay, which player? Because there were 3 players. So now we have to get the player right. So we said Jesse Frankel, and then he called him out. Now my question was, if a guy is called out on third base, if a guy is called out for not touching third base, and then the next runner touches third base, doesn't that seem like he kind of passed him in a way? Because he scored, they both scored, but one guy couldn't touch third.
I understand what you're thinking, but we obviously did look into this after the fact, and the rule is there is no penalty on the trailing runner. So Cam's run should have and did count. So credit to Mitch and Logan, they got the whole thing right. You are allowed to appeal multiple bases, and there's no penalty on the trailing runner. Now, I think that's different had Jesse been the third out, but because that wasn't the case, Cam's run was counted and did score. So I think the umpires that were there took their time with it, and they tried to look up what they could, which is all we can ask for in a playoff game. I think we all just want to get the calls right.
Yeah.
Whether it's for or against us, the goal here is to get it right. And the good news is they did. So credit to the Whites.
It couldn't have been that bad because Fogle was on the bench and he stayed on the bench.
I didn't hear anything from T3. I heard nothing from T3, and that's a very good sign.
That's a
The
good
bit-
sign.
the
We were
bitches
very
were
calm
there.
about it. We didn't lose our heads. I just went over to Mitch. I said, let's just get this right. I said, if we can make a call, let's just get this right, figure it out, and whatever it is, it is. And we did what we did, and we continued on.
And they did get it right. So
Yeah, I don't want to forget about the first game between Tropics. We have like 2.5 minutes. I don't want to forget about the game between the Tropics and the Zerzer. A 4-3 game. Like Mitch said a few minutes ago, Primo pitched probably the game of his season, had a great game pitching, which he always does against the Zerzer for some reason. I don't know why. Last time they played the Zerzer, they also did really well. Mitch, you were at that game, right? Tell us a little bit about the game.
Yeah, actually, Joel pitched the first inning, and I think he gave up 3 runs out of the 4. And Primo came in, and he was throwing good strikes. They couldn't hit him. And like Plotkin was umping with me, and he came up to me and he said, like, "Fuck, Primo's pitching a hell of a game," and he definitely did. And I mean, they scored 1 run on him in 8 innings. I'm sure the plan was not for him to pitch 8, but like I said, I'm sure they adjusted. They, the veterans on that team, they saw what he was doing, and he pitched great. And Gal's team always is low in hitting. Gal also pitched great. His pitches were curving outside. They were staying in, and they kept curving the same way. But it was a really well pitched game. But you expect it from Gal. You don't expect it as much from Primo. And I think that series again. I still think Gal's team is going to win, but I said it last week. I think the games are going to be tight because Gal's team has trouble scoring. Gal, it's hard to hit Gal. So I think Gal's going to win, but it's going to be tight games.
Did Gal's team win it in the 8th or 9th inning? You said it was a 1-run in the 8th?
It was I think it was 3-3 for a while. I think they scored 1 maybe in the 8th or something like that. But it was 3-0, and then it ended up 3-3 sometime in the middle, and then I think they scored 1 in the 8th.
So you see the Tropics coming out with a win here in the series?
I think Gal's still going to win, but I think overall, I think it's going to be tight. I know they have no Hassan on Tuesday also, so I can see Flynn taking that one.
Oh, it's true. And I heard Jared's unable to sub also.
Yeah, unable, yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for this. Thank you for your help. Thank you for coming on and doing this podcast. And good luck to everyone for the rest of the week and the rest of the playoffs. There's 1 game this week, 1 game next week. Good luck. And let's have a good run and have some fun.
See you guys.
Take care, boys.